Last time we spoke, Turok Redclaws called you a milksop. Don't let him get away with that. Take the undaunted pledge. The banished cells. Beneath Auridon lies a boil of dark magic and family hate. Destroy the Kinlord and his dark fiend, the Clanfear Shadowrend. Not enough, eh? All right. Invoke the Scroll of Glorious Battle before you face the Kinlord. He might just stand a chance, then. What are you waiting for? Go put an axe in that Daedra scum's head. Aim for the neck and follow through with your shoulders. That's what I'd do.
Well met. I thank you for the assistance, but this place is teeming with Daedra. You should leave, if you value your life. I am Keeper Sirion, Warden of the Banished Cells. The Daedra have helped my prisoner, High Kinlord Release the 12th, to escape his prison. Release is an immortal phantom who wields powerful magic. You should return to the surface and warn Tamriel.
You're serious? I've mentioned the swarms of Daedra, have I not? There are, if you're willing to risk your life, there are other keepers who may need help. I imagine the High Kinlord sent more against us than the Banekin who harangued me.
3 of my comrades remain somewhere in these halls. They serve as keepers under me, sworn to guard the High Kinlord's prison for as long as they are able. Find them, and help them if they live. I have not seen them since the Daedra attacked. Araldor is the closest, and if she lives, you'll find her up ahead. The tale is well known in these parts. In his youth, High Kinlord Release was a hero, instrumental in bringing order to this region. However, Release's thirst for power, which drove him to perform great feats, was his undoing. He consorted with Oblivion to ascend to power. Those who stood in his way he killed, though always under mysterious circumstances. Eventually, those around him saw through his schemes and imprisoned him. Lifetimes have passed, but Release remains. Release's pact with the Daedra keeps him chained to Nirn, though he is dead. Were it not for the Daedra who freed him, he would be serving his sentence still, until time immemorial. I have not seen them since. In ages past, the vilest of my people were interred here as punishment. Today, the banished cells contain a sole prisoner, High Kinlord Release the 12th. Release is long dead, but his Daedric pact sustains him, and a prisoner he remained until today.
They made their choices. So be it.
do, though I've seen better days. The High Kinlord's power has grown. He would not have been able to escape our predecessors as he has escaped us today. We need to go after him.
Stay down, Keeper! You're injured! If the others yet live, we should find them, then deal with Release, if we can. He has already escaped. I will not suffer further dishonor by losing lives to him.
You're ever the optimist. And Altmer should not fear the end, Syrian. I would give the lives of all 4 of us to stop Release. The High Kinlord will rend Tamriel apart if he gets to the surface. And it will be our fault.
There is a difference between fearing death and throwing your life away, Araldar. And as long as I lead the Keepers, you will do neither. If the others live, we'll find them. You've helped more than I could have hoped, stranger. Araldar will survive this. Araldar would like nothing more than to confront Release now, but we're not ready. The High Kinlord can't be killed. Our only course is to capture him. But we'll need a sturdier prison than we've ever had before. Araldar and I will think on a plan to deal with the High Kinlord. Defeating Release is pointless if we can't hold him. In the meantime, the area up ahead is under Keeper Varanil's jurisdiction. Even if he lives, he'll need your help.
Easier ways to prove your bravery, mortal. Turn back, or you'll share a fate.
easy.
By the Empyrean light. Let's hope he lives.
Has he been slain?
He's not the model of well-being, but he lives. Are you satisfied, Syrian? I'm eager to pursue the High Kinlord.
Patience! Haroldar, I need you to heal him. And Immaril is still unaccounted for. We'll need her to face Release. There's one keeper left, and I worry for her. Immaril guards the area closest to Release's prison. The two have a strained rapport. Of all of us, the High Kinlord would bear the fiercest grudge against Immaril. The sooner you find her, the better. She's in the deepest part of the banished cells. I have conceived the beginnings of a spell to handle Release, and we'll need Immaril if it's going to succeed.
Is cruel. Defeat is worse. I see her. Let's hope she lives. We'll need her before the day is done.
She's going to be fine with a little restoration magic. We should be considering how to handle the High Kinlord.
Even if we defeat him, how do we contain him? He's already escaped once. If we could control Daedric magic, perhaps this wouldn't have happened. What do you think, Sirion? Fight fire with fire?
Stay your tongue, Varanil. You insult your lineage by even thinking it. Does the High Kinlord's fate appeal to you so? We go with my plan and divide his essence among us. He can't escape his prison if he's not whole. We're fortunate no one has perished, but I fear my keepers have grown desperate and cowardly. Did you hear Varanil's remark? Use Daedric power? Sacrilegious. We need to get Rilis back in his prison before my keepers do something they'll regret. Before he escaped, we kept Rilis's soul encased in a single binding stone, passed down by the keepers. For ages, it was his prison. We're going to put him back, but this time, he's going in pieces. It's not as macabre as it sounds. He has no body. I speak of his soul. The keepers will siphon his essence into not one, but 4 binding stones, to keep his power divided. He'll hardly be conscious in that state, let alone able to summon Daedra. You have the most difficult task of all. I need you to find Rilis and defeat him, if you can.
Brings victory.
I don't know how you defeated those baneheads, but I'll be glad to send more. Ah, it's the outsiders. So the Keepers are afraid to face me. Very well. You'll die in their stead. I'm going to enjoy this.
Sheath your weapons. The battle is
You
won.
think you've beaten me? How amusing. Haven't you noticed that the pact I've made protects me from death?
Ignore his words. Begin the separation.
I'm not confident this will work, Sirion.
What are you lot doing? Oh, I do so love to see magic. Is that what this is? This isn't as grand as the spells I learned from the Daedra. But I don't expect much from mortal Altmer. Remember, children, you'll never keep me here of your own accord. Not when the Daedra fight for me. Perhaps you'd fare better if you had Daedra on your side.
His madness nears delirium. Ignore him, keepers. Bind the High Kinlord.
By the light Imperium, the keepers of the banished cells hereby condemn Willis 12 to imprisonment unending.
Oh my, it looks like you've won. Old Relis's days of freedom are over, it seems.
I thought you said this bastard wouldn't be able to speak.
He shouldn't be able to achieve coherent thought. We'll have to watch him carefully. The prison's not perfect, yet, but we have time, and Relis isn't going anywhere. I'll make sure of it. Thanks to you, Relis will never see Tamriel again. The situation would be dire had he escaped to the surface. You have been a boon to us. We Keepers would have failed our people if it weren't for you. We'll have to continue to refine Relis's prison, but even the Daedra should have trouble breaking him free from 4 binding stones. In ages past, the vilest of my people were interred here as punishment.
Ha! I knew you'd come back alive. No poncy, elven, high kinlord, fancy-dressed mageling was gonna stop the likes of you. My mother would say something about how unimpressive you are, but damned if I'm not her. You've done us proud. You've returned undaunted. You? You're one of our bravest, our boldest. We reward our own. Take your key, enjoy your well-deserved cut. And remember to come see me again tomorrow. Most see the glint of gold and get a shovel. Undaunted? We draw steel. That stuff is always guarded. Come talk to me tomorrow and we'll see what else we can find.